Hey, welcome back. I'm Mira, and this is Power Without Pressure, my weekly live series for high performing executives who are done running on empty and who are done feeling drained and exhausted. I'm an executive coach. I spend time in the corporate world myself as an auditor at a big four company, and I know exactly what it feels like to be good at your job and completely exhausted by it at the same time. And today I'm doing something a little different. I want to talk about directly who I work with and what we do together and what actually changes when someone goes through my program. Because the right person will hear this and immediately know this is for them, and this is for you if you're listening to it. And the wrong person will also know that's fine too. And this is for you. If you're a high performer, you are capable, you are driven, and by most external measures, you are doing well, but you are also exhausted. Not just tired, exhausted in a way where even your days off don't feel like days off. Even when you're resting, it feels like you're not resting. You're checking your phone at dinner, you're mentally at work, even when you're physically at home. You've probably tried things, you tried different methods, you tried meditation app here, a morning routine there. Maybe you read the productivity books. Maybe you told yourself, after this project, things will calm down, and they didn't. And you're not struggling because you're not trying hard enough or you're not working hard enough. You're struggling because the approach itself isn't working, and no one thought you a different one. The real problem is not your workload, it is your relationship with the word no. High performers don't overwork because they are disorganized, they overwork because somewhere they learned they connected their worth to their output. They think the more hardworking you are, the more valuable you become. But it is not the right way of thinking in order to achieve the great things. It is actually holding you back, it is actually keeping you stuck. So saying no feels like a risk for you. Setting a boundary feels like it could cost you your reputation, your job, and someone's approval. And that is not a productivity problem, that is an identity problem. And this is the identity problem, what I see also in my clients, in also in high performers, and also in the chats I'm having with performers. And it sounds like I feel like I'm always on at work and it's draining me completely. And that's one of the most common things I hear. And it's not dramatic, it's just the truth for a lot of people in high pressure roles. You are not weak for feeling this, you are just running a system that was never designed to be sustainable. And here is what changes when you join my program. You save up to 10 hours a week, not by working less on things that matter, but by stopping the work that was never used to carry in the first place. You start saying no without the guilt spiral afterward. You're setting boundaries, and you actually setting boundaries that stick because they are no longer coming from a place of fear, they're coming from a place of clarity. You're present with your family on weekends, and you are actually enjoying the time without having lingering thoughts about your work or running through Monday's to-do list already on the weekend. And you have space to go to the gym, to rest, to do things that have nothing to do with your job title. And here's the part that surprises most high performers. Your performance doesn't suffer, it gets actually better because you're no longer running on fumes and you are no longer operating from survival mode. And I want to tell you why this works when other things don't. We go on the root cause, not the symptoms. Stress management tips help you cope. This work will help you understand why you're stressed in the first place. We look at the beliefs, the patterns, the inner voice that says you're not doing enough, because until that shifts, nothing on the outside will stick. Secondly, it works with your nervous system and not against it. Most advice it's about doing more, doing it better, doing it faster. But this program includes tools to actually regulate your nervous system so you can think clearly. You can make decisions from a grounded place where you are clear and um, ground headed and stop reacting from stress mode. And another thing is boundaries are built from the inside out. A boundary you set from guilt or fear will collapse, and it will collapse every time you do it. This works helps you build boundaries that feel aligned, so they don't require constant willpower to maintain. Last but not least, your identity shifts not just your habits and not just your the way you're operating. Habits follow identity. When you stop identifying as someone who has to earn the rest, everything else gets easier. And that's the deeper work. And that's what it make it last. It's not about shortcome outcome, it's about shortcut outcome. It's about sustainable growth. It's about creating a life that is actually you and that is actually moving you forward without you being stuck in a cycle, in the same cycle over and over again, and being drained and always questioning why you are not moving forward. I want to share some things my clients share with me and share with me during the program after they already did the program. And one of my client came in convinced that setting limits would get her fired or passed over. She was constantly saying yes to things she didn't have capacity for, and she was staying late, canceling plans with her family, canceling plan with friends, and she was very feeling guilty when she was on vacation. But the middle of the program, when joined the program with me, she told me learning to say no has improved her mental health and her productivity. And not one or the other, but both. And this is a win. And this is a big win for me also because it is she remembering her power and she standing in her words and articulating it well. Another client said to me, I didn't expect small habits to make such a big difference in my stress levels because it's not about massive life overhauls. It's about small, consistent shifts that actually compound to a big, big effect afterwards. The common thread in all of them is this: they thought they needed to work harder to feel better. What they actually needed was to stop working against themselves. My program, the 101 program, the Real End Method, helps high performing executives save 10 hours a week, set better boundaries that actually stick, and create more time for family, health, and themselves without feeling guilty or without feeling like you're falling behind at work. It's 101, fully personalized, and built around what you're actually dealing with each week. We work on stress regulation, your inner patterns, communication, decision making, and small daily habits that create change over time. You get practical tools you can use in real life, not just in one session. You get someone in your corner who is both honest and genuinely invested in your growth. I will be really honest and I am here to challenge you. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to make you uncomfortable so you get the push towards growth. I don't want you to wait. I want to be real with you here. Every week you stay in this pattern, the gap between you and your family gets a little wider. Every weekend you spend half checkout is a weekend you don't get back. The workload doesn't get smaller on its own. The guilt doesn't disappear when the project is over. There is always another project. The people I work with all say some version of them the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner. This is what I hear all the time. Not because it's hard to wait, it is because they had the tools, they couldn't believe how long they had been carrying everything without them. You don't need to figure out the whole path right now. You just need the next step. And the next step is to DM me ready, and I will send you the exact same step, three-step method I use with my clients, and also send you the link to book a free stress audit call right now with me. Don't wait, just do it. Thank you for watching. You are already good at what you're doing. That's not the issue. The issue is you've been paying for that success with your energy, your health, and your presence. That doesn't have to be that way anymore. Thank you for watching. We will see us in the next live, and it's on Monday. Tune in.